we're back with another episode of Real Life Movie Talk. It is your boy Chris.
Blockbuster Ben.
John.
All of us.
Yep. What's up, boys?
What's up?
Hat's dope, but like, I'm so jealous of that hoodie, man.
Yeah, shout out to Lenora.
Yeah.
Big fan. She got this for me after we had last week's episode. Ben brought the beer in. She brought the hoodie in. Can't argue that he's the GOAT.
I wish I liked hoodies.
This is the best IPA I've ever had.
I know. I wish I liked hoodies a lot.
Sorry, Ben and I had to get order.
I tried. Sold out of every size was small on the website.
Yeah, because she bought this one and then she bought Sean one.
And that was all I had.
Yeah. And then they were going to buy two for you guys because that was their favorite episode when Sean was on. Mm-hmm. So she was going to buy you guys some after, but then they were sold out.
No worries.
Yikes.
Okay. At least her head was in the right place. Her heart was in the right place.
And,
Head and heart.
and we started something last week with Brick and Fire.
Yep.
Right?
Pizza.
They reshared. Shout out to them.
Yeah, thanks, guys. That was awesome.
I think it just means shared. But yes. They didn't reshare. They shared our post.
Well, I guess so. Unless they reshared your share. I don't know what happened. Either way.
Thanks for sharing.
We decided to go to the juggernaut of this jam, and we're going with Barstools.
Moose.
One bite, everybody knows the rules.
Yep.
We've got 3 levels of doneness, which is good because then we can try and see if it gets as crispy as they pretend it does in those reviews.
Most has done this right here.
The only ones they share are the ones that they get a 10, and I'm going to be brutally honest. I don't think this is even going to come close.
Not a single one
to
of
Brick
these
and
is a
Fire.
10.
However, I will try it, and I will give it a fair score.
Yeah.
So I'm actually excited. I haven't even a long
3
time.
hours.
I already had dinner, but in the spirit of all this, I will be having at least one bite of one of these. And
This
I'm going
is the
pepperoni.
donest, so I'm excited.
And I like a little burn, you know, a
razzle
little
dazzle.
that.
They all cooked in the same oven, so
Always grab them all at once.
Oh,
grab what you want.
it doesn't even compare to Brick and Fire. You're a sauce guy?
Sauce.
I'm a sauce guy. Yeah.
Have you had these before?
No,
Okay.
no sauce at all.
None, bro.
Oh no, can't deal with that. Portnoy's not a sauce guy though. He's a
That's what makes him an idiot.
He's a bar pizza guy. I did just watch the episode where he gave that 9.4.
Is it a newer
Jersey?
episode?
Jersey,
yeah. That looks good.
Yeah. I was surprised because he talked about how cheesy it was and he picked it up and it was so fucking crispy.
Really?
Yeah. I thought it was going to be floppy and it was not. And that was without the bend thing that he does.
What did we gave, I mean, Brick and Fire was in the 9s. This
Yeah.
gotta be like a...
Did
like
I give
a-
it a 9?
You said 9.3 and I just
Oh,
kind
yeah,
of
yeah,
concurred.
yeah,
But
yeah.
I'm gonna go on the pepperoni 6.4.
I don't hate it that much.
I don't hate it. I mean, 6.4 is like, there's literally no sauce.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a savant at pizza, so
Just a frozen pizza.
I'm trying to think of Well, and on the frozen scale, I'm trying to think of a frozen pizza that I like more.
Oh,
Red
I don't
Baron.
eat- to be honest with you guys, I really don't eat frozen pizza that much. Like, it's very rare. Like, if I want a pizza, I'm gonna go get a goddamn pizza. I'm not like, I mean, don't have any in my freezer right now. It is rare that I eat frozen pizza.
You gotta go get a frozen pizza.
You do pizza rolls?
I haven't had those. God, probably since high school, dude.
Shame on you.
Oh,
Shame
excuse
on
me.
you.
That's a good weed snack. If you're stoned for you stoners.
They're so good and no calories.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go
yeah,
sexy time and go 6.9 on the pepperoni.
Sexy time.
Yeah, I mean, I'll give it a 7.2.
Okay.
I'm dead ass in the middle.
I
I didn't hate it. I wish I would have had it as soon as it came out the oven. It
It
had
says to let it sit for 5
it
minutes.
literally has no sauce. Yeah, but now it's like
Yeah.
Right? It's like dough, cheese, toppings.
Yeah. But we cooked the crap out of it, so I don't know if that matters.
Not that one.
I don't
No,
know.
we haven't tried that one.
Actually,
Oh, okay.
I think that's cooked perfect.
The pepperoni? Me too. That's how I like it.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm gonna get it, that's what I want.
Yeah, it's thicker than I would have assumed for him, too.
I mean,
She said.
look,
It looks like flatbread on
so you know we're not bullshitting. Just peeled off the cheese and the pepperoni. Look at that.
That's not like that's something saucy.
No sauce.
The opposite.
No. So, sorry about your Portnoy, but
Yeah, it don't matter.
yeah, he
He's
doesn't
making
care.
millions of dollars off this shit.
Yeah.
Tarnishing his reputation.
Here we
by
are
giving
eating.
it a 10.
Here we are eating it.
Paid for it and everything.
Hey, shout out to Portnoy. Good on you.
Yeah.
I don't respect pizza scores anymore.
Is this supposed to be a supreme?
What, this?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
That's the
Yeah, that's what it is.
That's the olives, which I like because olives just take over the flavor of a pizza in my opinion.
They do.
I hate olives. In general.
So, I've had a 9.3 of his in Philly. I put it in the 6s or the 7s. It wasn't very good. We have different taste in pizza.
Samson had the same deal. Same issue with the pizza he had in Philly.
Really?
He gave it like a 9.3 or something like that.
Probably the same
Said
place.
It was crap.
Yeah, I wasn't a
Really?
big fan. Lorenzo's is my shit.
You did a video on that one, I remember, right?
I love that pizza.
Yeah.
He gave that like a 6, so
Did
we
he?
really differ on pizza. Yeah.
So, what's this place in Jersey called?
Angelo's.
No, that's not the place he just gave a 9.4 though.
No, oh, Jersey. I'm sorry. The place I did in Philly was called Angelo's. I don't remember what the place in Jersey is called.
Okay.
It looked good.
I'll find it. It looked awesome.
But it's all for him. It's all about crunch and cheese,
Okay.
which I can appreciate. There's 3 things, right? Crust, sauce, cheese. Mm-hmm. But sauce is my number 1.
For me, it should be a great balance of all 3.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's how... I don't know.
Okay, not terrible. I like it. I will continue eating. I will eat all of this.
Okay.
I'm starving.
Could you rate the second one?
Oh,
A supreme pizza.
Is it gonna be? Is it
give
gonna
like
vary?
a 6.2.
Okay, I was gonna say, is it gonna vary much for you guys?
I like this one more. This one actually reminds me of a Celeste pizza.
Those like
This
dollar pizzas.
Yeah.
They're like a dollar, right? They're like the little small ones, I guess.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I do not like that.
I like the sausage though. But no, it's not gonna vary. I'm gonna say 7.3 for all of it.
Okay. That's fair. I can't imagine it's too much different.
Good though. Good one for you. Good try. All right.
Beers, we got the GOAT IPAs back because we have some extras.
The goat
Figure we
IPA.
might as well, right?
Might as
Ravenclaws?
well.
That's okay. We're gonna rep them.
Gotta keep repping them.
Yeah.
It's draft season now.
Yeah, yeah. Have you guys watched anything outside of The Unforgivable, which we're reviewing? I know last week I put in the video that we were reviewing The Matrix, but then it was more so, hey, we're just going to talk about it a little bit, give it a score, whatever. I actually just haven't had time to watch it yet. They both have seen it. The official review this week is for The Unforgivable, starring Sandra Bullock. So if you guys want to talk about The Matrix now and you guys can score it, or you want to wait, I can check back in once I have seen it and give you my updated
We
rating.
can wait for you.
Okay.
Oh, we can wait for you.
Um,
So you can comment in.
Okay.
I'd rather get your
Okay.
insight on it because I seen that Blackwell didn't hate it in the messages.
Yep.
I didn't hate it either.
Yeah. Okay. I saw Scream today, the new one, which I absolutely loved.
I was gonna see if you want to review that.
We can at some point if you'd like.
No, I liked it.
Huh?
Do you like it?
The new Scream? Oh yeah, I loved it, and Adam Christie loved it too. I am a big fan of the original. I think it's
love the
so
original.
great, like how self-aware it is. It's a horror movie, but it's not. It's weird, and how they kind of are talking through all the tropes of a horror movie during a horror movie.
Yeah.
I really enjoy that about it. And
Plus, it's something
You mean the
that you
first-
could
you
actually
mean
be scared of.
The
Yeah.
first one?
huh?
Yeah,
The first one?
Yeah.
What about it?
You described
Oh, I'm talking about the first one, yeah. But they keep that theme throughout the series, and I think 2 and 3 start to go downhill a little bit. The fourth one, when they came back a bunch of years, 11 years later, I thought that was cool. There was a nice twist at the end of that one, and I enjoyed. But this one is the best one since the first one, I think. Because again, I love the first one. So if you love the first one, if you found any of the sequels even mildly entertaining, you will absolutely love the new one. Go see it. There were moments that I was like, ooh, this is it's kind of brutal, man. It's scary. This guy's evil.
We should review it together.
Yeah.
Okay.
You wanna do the review for that?
yeah. So all right, well,
I do like that it's not a slasher. Michael Myers is great, iconic. Can't kill him. If I heard somebody else outside with a machete, I'd be like, okay, well, let's just go deal with that guy. But this is a person hiding, showing up and killing you. Something that could actually happen. So it's more relatable on that level.
have you guys watched anything?
Boba
outside-
Fett,
Ooh, how is that?
it's okay.
Okay.
I don't hate it. I like what they're doing, but they get a little whimsical.
Okay.
But
I'm okay. Since you're chewing, we're 3 episodes into Hawkeye. We watched 3 last weekend.
that's whimsical also.
And we got 3 more. We'll probably finish them this weekend. I don't hate it, but I don't love it. I'm not ooh. It's just more for me about the whole universe. You know what I mean? I
gets
do
better.
Huh?
It gets better.
Okay,
With that aspect.
I felt like it had after the each episode has gotten a little bit better.
Yeah.
As I get a little more into it, I like the bad guy with the prosthetic leg. She's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I think so far what I've seen.
Yep.
And I do like Haley Steinfeld as an actress. In this, she's a little weird, but I think she's leaning into a role. I think that's how the character had to have been in the comics.
She has a pig nose.
She looks like the comics. When they put her picture up against the old strips, she looks like her. I'm excited to see what's coming and stuff. So yeah, I'm liking it. It's all right.
I prefer it to Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Okay, as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I also watched it during Christmas time, so it was cool. Just a Christmas themed.
It's
show.
set. Yep.
I started, as far as I can go, in 1883.
Okay.
And I also started Mayor of Kingstown, which is fantastic.
Really?
It is good.
Okay.
It is. So same actor.
Hawkeye.
Way better role for him.
The Ren Dog.
Yeah. Way better role. Because he has a lot. Dude.
Is he that old?
I'm telling you, Mayor of Kingstown,
really?
It's good.
It's about a family that owns a private prison or something, right?
No. His brother is the mayor
Of a town.
of Kingstown.
Of a private prison.
Yeah. And basically they're what's the guy's name? The actor?
Jeremy Renner.
Is the brother of the mayor, but he used to be in prison, and now he works for his brother, and he's a mediator between the gangs in the prison, the gangs on the street, and the COs and also the police. So he kind of he keeps the peace amongst everyone, but don't let his politics fool you. He was in fucking prison for 7 years.
Right.
So he used to run the yard. So he ain't no fucking bitch.
Okay.
And he proves it every goddamn episode.
So, dude, that is not what I got from the preview. So that's exciting. I also like his Kyle Chandler.
Yeah.
I think he's a great actor. I really like him. Friday Night Lights, he was in that show.
He was in that series that was really good.
Bloodline. That's where I haven't seen Friday Night Lights. I know a lot of people like that show, but Bloodline is where I I was like, oh, this dude's good. I really like.
There's a good shock and awe in every episode.
Oh,
the first episode, you're like,
What's it on?
Paramount Plus.
yeah, the very. You know anybody that has AT&T?
Just sign up through Prime. If you got Prime, you can
Yeah.
add that app to your Prime subscription or whatever.
That's what I did, I think.
Yeah.
Or AT&T. I can't remember, but
Hulu, I think you can do it through multiple ones. I had it for 1883. As soon as I'm done with 1883, I'm going to shut it off until then Yellowstone comes back or whatever. But yeah, I think that's about it for me. As far
I don't
as
know what else I was watching.
what I've been watching, yeah.
I watched the Thin Red Line the last 3 nights, but I fell asleep.
The war movie?
Yeah.
I do not like that movie.
Me either. That's why I put it on. I
Yeah.
just fall asleep. To it. Every single night. Put it on and it immediately becomes background
It is
noise.
so boring.
It's very boring.
And it's just the whole commentary on
It's slow.
war is hell, blah blah blah. I get it. It's very anti-war and but it doesn't even I like that way less than I would say I liked Full Metal Jacket. It just
You
doesn't.
stop disrespecting my movie.
Okay, I'm just trying to give the people something to
It
compare it
did it
to.
to itself, John.
Yeah.
The director disrespected.
Here's what I thought it was.
Yeah. I would not recommend that movie at all, unless you need to go to bed.
You know, fantastic. Go to bed.
Oh man. Let's see. I think that's about it, boys. You want to jump into the review?
What we did?
We did The Unforgivable, starring Sandy B.
Sandy B.
Yeah,
Bullock.
it came out 2021. I think it came out right before the year ended. It was rated R, hour and 52 minutes. Directed by a woman named Nora Fingscheit, I think.
Nailed it.
Yeah, Nora Fingscheit. She directed some shorts and some documentaries, but this is her first feature-length film. Written by Peter Craig, Hilary Seats, Courtenay Miles, based on a BBC series from 2009, which has really high ratings. So if you've seen and enjoyed this movie or didn't, maybe check out the series. Could be better. It's got, again, high ratings. But it's about a woman who was released from prison, released early after serving 20 years for murder. And she just is trying to kind of get her life back on track and rejoin society. And everyone around her is trying not to let her. I mean, they're...
Well, she killed a cop.
She killed a police officer.
And everyone hates cop killers. It's one of those small towns.
Yes.
I mean, everyone should hate cop killers. But,
right. But like at that point, for me, this was one of those things where it was like, if she didn't she went to jail, she served her time, she did what the system required, she gets released. I feel like, not that you're like, obviously the family's going to hold,
Sure.
But like, people deserve second chances.
This is
right?
a small town, though, so
It
everyone knew the sheriff.
Yes.
And, like...
including her.
And in today's climate...
Yeah.
I mean, it spoke well. It played well, especially with what's going on today.
Yeah.
Like, yes, people deserve second chances, and that's kind of the underlying theme of the movie. But also, with the way cops are being disrespected across the country, like, I felt it a little bit. Like, anytime someone was pissed off at her for her crimes, I understood.
Oh, yeah.
So it played well, where it was like, you want to feel bad for her, and you do feel bad for her.
That's a definite note I wrote. It's it makes you feel bad for her.
Yep. But you also understand why everyone else hates her.
Yeah.
So it's pretty wild.
They did a great job of kind of giving you both sides of the coin. I like the way they told the story. It's kind of like it starts with her being released, and then it flashes back, but you only get a little piece of the flashback
it progresses
as the movie progresses. So when it all comes to a head, you see what happened 20 years ago, and then that meshes with the climax of that movie itself.
Yep. And she's just trying to find her little sister.
Yes.
Who their parents died tragically. She kind of raised her little sister. They lost the house. Then she went to jail.
Yeah.
So she gets out of jail. She just wants to contact her little sister, but everyone in the system and everything is saying no.
Right, because of what she did. There's like a no contact order, and it's
the parolee is like against her, obviously, because she killed a cop, like that kind of stuff.
Yep.
So
great
movie.
It was a pretty good movie. I mean, Sandra Bullock is always pretty solid when in her roles. But it had not just her. Vincent D'Onofrio is in it, who I love from Daredevil, Kingpin, Full Metal Jacket, as we were just talking about, Private Pile. He's really good. He plays a lawyer that kind of helps her out along the way a little bit. His wife is Liz, is played by Viola Davis, who's also a really great actress. Jon Bernthal is in it as well. He plays a love interest for Sandra Bullock's character. Love Bernthal, man. He's so great. I can't wait for the new David Simon series on HBO, starring him about the gun trace task force in Baltimore. I cannot wait. And then there's a
He's very versatile.
Oh yeah, and then there's a bunch of other people in it as well. So it's worth watching, I would say. I mean that's really all I'm saying. It's worth watching. Good movie, worth watching, I think.
Oh yeah, I would. I've seen it twice.
Yeah.
And I think it's something that everyone could get behind.
Yeah.
It doesn't grab a particular demographic.
No.
Like, we do comic book movies. That's for, like, comic book lovers. We don't do a lot of romances, but that would be for romance. This is kind of like anyone could get behind watching, I feel like.
Yeah. John, what did you think?
I liked it.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't hate the movie. I thought that it kind of ran slow, like kind of very, very monotone.
Okay.
If that makes sense of a movie.
Yeah.
Very Kirsten Dunst with her face. It's the same facial
Sandra
expression,
Bullock,
almost a whole. I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense, But she just doesn't. She other than the one scene in the cafe, you don't really see her smile or get angry. She just. How far we got?
We haven't got to spoilers yet.
This isn't really a sport, but even like when she gets in that altercation, it's still her face never changes throughout anything.
Yep.
So like you don't really get any kind of vibe other than she's just disgruntled, which I'll get into how that played effect into.
Yeah, I mean we've already kind of given our thoughts on it. Really, I would agree with you that it was slow, but it kept me engaged enough that I wanted to find out what happened at the end. So
sorry about my
So let's. You want to jump into some spoilers? You guys ready to hit that? So we can start with your likes first. Obviously, like we always do.
I love the dialogue. Aside from the obvious playing on emotions, this is a situation that's happened before, and how do you deal with it?
Enough.
I love that you get to see all range of emotions, and you can feel connections with each of the characters.
Yeah.
And the dialogue's awesome.
Yeah. I really kind of liked, as we've already mentioned, how it made me feel for all the parties involved. Like when it flips from perspective to perspective, you know, you see Sandra Bullock come out of jail, right? She meets her parole officer, who is a total dick to her. And I was like, man, you're like really kind of driving this home. You're supposed to try to help these people rehabilitate, right? And he just wasn't doing that at all, which kind of leads into my dislike. But you feel for her because of the way she's being treated. I mean, just one of the examples is that she gets her carpenter's license while she's serving her time. The parole officer gives her a card and says, hey, this guy, he works at the fish market, whatever, he'll hook you up with a job. She's like, no, I'm good. I got my license, whatever. She shows up to the construction site where she's supposed to start working, where she was promised the job, and the guy's like, yeah, you're not working here. Right. And you're like, it's like, how, like, right away, you're like, God, I mean, come on. Like, she's trying to rehabilitate. You're like, this job was promised, you know, and then she knows. She's like, who called you? Who talked to you? Whatever. So you feel for her. You know, the family of the sheriff that was killed, you can see why these guys are angry. The foster parents of her little sister, you can kind of like see where they would make, like, why do we need to, you know, get you guys back together, you know? So they really do a great job of giving you all the perspectives and making you understand each perspective. Agreed. So I that was one of the things I liked the most about the movie.
There you go. Without saying the ending, I like how they wrote the ending.
We're in spoilers, by the way, if you'd like to spoil.
So, I like the end. I mean, it'll be a little bit twofold. I thought the movie was going to go exactly how it went. I thought it was overly apparent what happened. Just because of a couple of reasons that we'll get into in a few minutes. But the way they exposed it all at the end, like when they're playing the piano, I don't know, there was just something about the ambiance of that whole scene, like her going to see the lawyer's wife, and then finally breaking down, you know, like that was when it was just like she was holding it in for all that time, and she finally just, because at first she says, you know, the lady's like, you didn't even admit to, you know, you're not even taking responsibility for it. She's like, I said it was me, and the lady doesn't realize at first. Yeah. And she's like, you know, how could you do that to her? She's like, I said it was, like, she just, you know, that's the first time she's ever said it out loud. And you can tell, like, she does a great job in that scene. Like, because it looks like the world was just lifted off her shoulder for the first time. And, like, she doesn't, you can tell she's a seasoned actress, because it really does look like the straight defeated face the whole entire time, where she just, you can just tell, like, the only thing she wanted to do this whole time was protect her sister, and she just wants to see her one time, and you know, just let see that she's okay and that she's made it. It's obvious that she's hoping that she forgot some of it. I mean, she doesn't, because she has the visions. But the way that whole last couple 20 minutes or so to her getting in there, while her actual sister is playing, they got the one girl trapped, and like she's ready to be, you know, she's ready to bear it all for this girl, because she's gonna save her too. Yeah. And like just a slow walk with her. I don't know. I liked it all. I love the music in the background. I don't know. I thought that was very well written how they ended it.
It built the tension. Oh yeah. That raw emotion between like her and Viola Davis when she's like, I said she was only 5 years old. Yeah. Like that, I
felt that.
Me too.
That's the first time I've seen that was this time. So I watched it up to when the guy goes after the little sister. When you just see him walking behind her, and then I fell asleep. Yeah. But this is the first time I've seen the ending. Like like I said, I figured the ending would be what it was, because it only makes sense for the story. Yeah. But to watch her finally break down, and you know, I felt it. It felt like that shit really happened. Yeah. Which was very good.
Well, so we're gonna say what happened.
Yeah, I mean, for sure.
So toward the end, they showed the flashback, and it was the little girl who actually killed the officer. Yeah. And she took the charge, ate it, whatever, and then lived her whole life being treated like that and not saying anything.
20 years in prison, she did.
Just keeping her head down, getting life, just being mean to her. She couldn't even see her little sister. That's all she wanted to do. Yeah.
And she really wanted to get her the letters, and that bitch-ass lady wouldn't even give her those. Yeah. Well, I don't really blame her, though. The husband was the one, because the lady didn't throw him away. She kept him. Yeah. He told her to throw him away. Yeah. And she kept him. So she wanted, you could tell, if the husband wasn't in that interview, I think she would have broke. Yeah. Because she didn't want to, she didn't really forgive her, but she didn't disagree with Sandra Bullock. You know, it wasn't until she lost it in that interview.
And from like a mom's perspective, like she felt for Sandra. Yeah. And the husband was just one of those guys, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Like the male version of a Karen.
Oh yeah, total. The sweater.
To quote my wife,
Yeah.
she's the one in class that says, "Excuse me, teacher, are you going to collect the homework?"
Yes.
One of those guys.
Perfect analogy.
Yeah.
I did not like that guy.
No. He's a fuck. Even at the very end. He doesn't look
Yeah.
like he wants her to walk over there at the very end.
Yeah.
And he just saved your daughter's life.
So there's only two people in the movie that I really didn't like, and it was the older brother and him.
Of the brothers of the sheriff?
Yeah.
I didn't like him
The
either.
weird one?
Yeah,
Not the one who goes over there with the gun, right?
Right, the one that talks to his little brother into doing it, and then bangs his
He's
little brother's wife.
You know what else he was in? He was in that We Own the Night.
Oh, that's a great movie.
Right? With Ben
Joaquin.
Affleck? No. What's the one with Ben Affleck? Where he's a gangster.
Yeah, that's
what Mr. White.
Live by Night.
Live by Night.
Oh, okay.
That's a good movie.
He's the racist KKK cop that keeps attacking him with like that cleft lip.
Okay.
When they're trying to start the casino.
Yeah, when they're trying to start the casino, he's the one who throws the bombs. As soon as I saw that face,
Okay.
Yeah,
I
it's
recognized
just
that face. He is a.
I didn't like him.
Beyond all that,
He's
you're
weird.
banging your little brother's wife.
Yeah, terrible. That's my dislike.
Dirty dog.
Him,
Oh.
him, the father of like the foster father and the parole officer. I just didn't like any of those characters at all. They,
Well, the parole officer kind of came around, yeah.
a little bit, and I guess that was part of what like his whole plan was to be hard at first, and then see, because I guess some criminals will like get out and they go right back to their old stuff. So I'm sure he's seen over and over and over. Of
And you
people,
got to remember too, she admitted to it. It's not like she
Yeah.
went to trial and was found guilty.
Right.
She said she did it.
No, I know.
No. I'm just saying in that
Yeah.
particular case, like, maybe she's really rehabilitated or maybe not. But this lady admitted to killing a sheriff, and he's an officer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
he's in the same
Yeah.
union as the guy that got killed. So like he's got to kind of back that.
I get that.
Yeah.
But his job is to
Yeah.
help them rehabilitate. Like, so if you can't separate your emotions from and you're gonna treat these people like shit, then that's not the job for you.
He is kind of shitty.
Real
He's
shitty
just
to
super
her.
direct.
Yeah,
But they run hand in hand,
yeah,
which
and he
means
comes
shitty.
around,
Yeah.
and I didn't like the character. I didn't like the older brother.
Yeah.
That just the whole dynamic.
But you're not supposed to.
No,
So
and-
that's a good thing about the movie, really.
Yeah, but I just didn't like him. And it does play, but it also was it necessary? Did you need the whole affair thing to really push him over the edge? Because he had already convinced his brother to do it.
Well, so I think the affair thing made the little brother more relatable.
Okay.
He's being pressured by his big brother to take revenge for his father's death.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to do it. He finally sees her. He's upset enough, and he goes home, and his wife's cheating on him.
Yeah.
And he's like, "F this," and just
Yeah.
that's.
I wish he
straw
would
that
have.
broke the camel's back.
I wish he would have kept laying into his brother, man. He hit him a
Yeah.
couple times, but I wish he would have. Woo!
Yeah.
Dislikes for you guys?
There we go.
That's the way it's filmed for me, honestly.
Okay.
Some of the filming was good. It was good. Nothing. These are real minor things, but like you said, it seemed a little slow. I think a good score, like a good music in the background, would have made it seem better.
Very flat.
Like just some bluesy country or something in the background on some of the scenes. I think it would have helped. But other than that, I had no real negative marks.
I don't like how what's the guy Blake, the
Bernthal.
Yeah, Bernthal. I don't like how when they're having that heart-to-heart kind of conversation,
Yeah.
and she feels the ability to trust him to tell, finally go.
Yeah.
This is the first person she's talked to in 20 years about anything.
Yep.
And she openly admits that she was in prison, because he's being so fucking nice to her.
Mm-hmm.
And in that exact moment would have been a perfect time for him to go, I can't hang out with you. And he just fumbles and doesn't go because I was also in prison. You know what I mean? It waits till later on and she has to get the shit beat out of her, which obviously is
He's definitely told, right?
Of course, it's definitely his fault. So not only does he not tell her why he can't hang out with her until after the fact that she gets the shit beat out of her, he doesn't tell her. I don't understand. Why would he not just say it right then? What does it matter right there?
Yeah.
Hey, I can't hang out with you because I'm also a felon and we're not allowed to be around each other. It's against our parole. What the fuck does it matter at that point? They just don't do that there, which is where I think it would definitely happen. And then he snitches on her and she gets the shit beat out of her at work.
I was so angry when that happened.
Oh yeah. And that's another thing.
helps the story,
Why doesn't she get up and beat the fucking shit out of that girl? That's self-defense at that point. She can definitely beat that girl's ass. She was in prison for 20 years.
Yeah.
I'm surprised she didn't pop up and kick her right in her vagina.
And
Couldn't get fired then.
Yeah, and that's demonstrated at the halfway house when she catches the girl going through her stuff.
Yeah.
And she grabs
don't
her by
fuck
the-
around there.
No, yeah,
Yeah, she
that's
don't
what I'm
fuck around
saying. So
there.
she definitely could have got up and beat the hell out of her. I agree with that for sure.
Yeah.
Violence is never the answer, guys.
No. That's surefire. Yeah, and I agree with you. I think there could have been like some sort of, not a climax, but like something mid-movie that was just, it was very flat. I don't know. It seemed super slow. The ending was great.
Okay.
But it just seemed super slow, and I felt like they made her out to be the victim immediately, and that made it so transparent that it wasn't her that did it. They don't show all the flashbacks the entire time. They never show the full flashback. So obviously she remembers all of it. So as soon as they only show the partial flashback, I'm like, dude, the little sister did it. Had to. Because she's so remorse and so fucking angry, and they immediately make everybody else out to get her. So they all automatically make her the victim. As soon as they do that, I knew right away. 10 minutes in the movie, I told Jen, I said, the sister did it.
You know, I had a different thought. I thought it was that she actually did it, but she did it for like a reason. You know, like
raped her.
The girl was being abused or whatever. Yeah. I think from the trailer, I thought maybe the sheriff was like her father or something. I forget why I thought that, but like, obviously that's clear right away that he's not. But like, I thought it was maybe like an accident, like something was happening to this little girl and she was defending her. That was where my head was going with it. But I just didn't make the connection that it was the little kid that did it ultimately.
They could have did without the flashbacks for me. That would have made it a little harder for me to figure out. But I think they right off the top make her the victim.
Yeah.
With her parole officer being a dickhead, the former family being assholes, you know what I mean? It's just like everything to make her out, for you to feel for it, for you to get that emotional attachment to her. They do every possible thing that they can. So at the end, I mean, don't get me wrong, at the end, you're like,
she played it.
Oh, yeah. But
less of a performance from a worse actress.
Yeah. I mean, without a doubt I am glad that I finished. I'm glad I watched it all the way through.
No, you need someone of her quality or tier, like you said, like to carry that.
Yeah. And you could. I mean, the ending is very, very good. I love the ending.
Yeah.
Director's hat.
Even though I knew which way I was going.
Quotes. Got any quotes?
I do.
Mine was already said.
Was it?
Yeah. When she broke down and she said,
"Oh yeah,
I said it was me."
Yeah.
Because I'm not sure what the lady's name is, but the actress, amazing. She's the
Viola Davis.
Yeah, she's great, and she was accosting her for being a murderer in her house and not saying it, and she does a good job. Like angry woman, very well. Scorn. She's screaming at her like, "How dare you come to my property?" And she's like, "I said it was me." And I'm like, "Oh my god."
Yeah.
Yikes.
I liked one that Jon Bernthal said. So like, you know, Sandra Bullock gets out of jail. She doesn't have much except for what she went in with. She's got this terrible, like he's giving her stuff to wear. Like he gives her a brand new coat or a brand new to her coat, something he had in his closet or whatever. So she can't understand why he's being so nice to her. Right. But he gives her this coat and she's like, he's like, you know, you got that shitty coat or whatever. She's like, why are you giving me a coat? He goes, so you won't be cold. I thought it was great. Like, duh.
She ain't used to that because she's been locked up for 20
Probably
years.
there's more
What
than just
do you
that.
want?
You're trying to smash.
Yeah. Well, yes and no, but I mean, she's institutionalized after 20 years. You give somebody something in prison, they want something back.
Yeah.
Sex.
Yeah, probably. Mine came from Ruth after she gets her ass beat and she ends up going to see her parole officer, like at the docks or whatever, in front of that pond. She goes, "I'm going to help you out so you don't have to give me a little speech. I fucked up. Did not keep my head down, and you're right. Cop killer everywhere I go. The next time, don't drag me 3 bus transfers to tell me something I already know." I love that scene because that's the first time she fucking leans on his ass.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She's so
just takes it.
Yeah, she just is so used to being abused, including that ass whooping that she took. You know what I mean? She's just so used to losing. And then I guess after that, and then obviously knowing that it was the guy that she just told the truth to, she finally fucking leaned on his ass. I was like, "You go, girl." And that's kind of where he's like, "Wait a minute, maybe I am fucking," because he right after that, I don't remember exactly what he says, but he kind of, it's like, "I'm not trying to be hard on you. This is the real world," basically.
Yeah.
Like he kind of softens, he changes his tone because I think he realizes that he's coming across as a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
Instead of, I think he had good intentions, but again, he's an officer of the law, and she murdered a sheriff.
Yeah.
In his mind.
Yeah.
Until the very end, even the only person who knows is even to the end of the movie is the lawyer's wife
or the little girl. She remembers.
Yeah.
I don't know. She didn't remember in the. It's hard to say if she didn't remember when they were eating. That was a pretty.
The whole world knows now, Josh.
That was a pretty cool scene too. When she's sitting there eating the pancakes, and she's like, no. Before that, she's sitting there. She's like, it's okay. I'm not mad at you for what you did. She said, what did I do?
Oh yeah.
And she don't remember it at all. And I was like, that's how traumatizing it was. So it's like, that's what made me think. But before that was that. But all those flashbacks, when you don't show them, it's because you're hiding something. And you wouldn't show those flashbacks and not show them all the way through. If Sandra Bullock admitted to it and did 20 years, they would show the entire flashback if she did it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But by showing a little piece at the very beginning, they're deliberately keeping it from you.
Yeah.
And kind of unraveling it as it goes.
It's a good point. We're losing a feather, boys.
What the hell?
Yankee Doodle.
They gotta flock together.
Yeah. Would you like me to go first?
Of course we would.
I do a little bit. So again, director's hat. If a lot of times we're just bringing this to just talk about it, right? Not necessarily saying the movie needs to change anything, but if you were going to change something about it, and that's where I'm at with this. Like, I don't necessarily need this to be what had happened. But if I was gonna do anything different about this movie, I don't know if I would have like a love interest for her. I don't think it was necessary, and I don't think that storyline played out completely. Like, they're getting to know each other. They have the conversation where she tells him, and then it just like he like says like, and that ends, and then he a couple scenes he's trying to get her to like talk to him again, and then when she finally listens and he tells her why. But there's nothing else after that. You don't see him again, and I was like, well, was that even necessary the whole time in the first place? Other than giving her a coat.
It also helped me with her still being punished for who she is.
Okay. Like,
she gets a semblance of happiness because it's all batter.
Okay.
And finally, she gets a little break, and then they take it from her.
Okay.
I appreciated that.
Okay. I just wish.
What'd I say?
I don't know what simulance means.
Simulance or simulance. It's one of those words.
Semulance?
I know some of these words.
Ooh. Again, it's just if I had to change something, or give me a little more conclusion to that story or something. Like, or if the time that you're spending with him and her could be spent to develop the other characters even a little bit more. So, I don't know. Again, not necessarily has to, but if I was going to change something, that's what I would change. That's just me. One humble guy's opinion. Here's looking good, dude.
Thanks, man. Grew it myself.
Yeah.
Like I said, I would add music in certain parts. Like, just it helps for whatever reason. A good soundtrack helps a movie. And
soundtrack is one song. It's just the piano at the end.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So, and to John's point, there's parts that are very impactful, but it seems slow. So if you're not fully paying attention or you're not super invested, those times can seem to drag. And I do think music will help.
For sure.
But I also, to Ben's point, if you're going to take the love interest out or do anything, I think this movie needs a horse. Like, just put a horse in. Maybe she's not a carpenter. Maybe she's like a horse farmer. And she relates to animals on some level. And there's an animal that she can have that she can just tie emotionally to. Because I think it would help with, I don't know, sympathetic for what she's going through.
Similars.
I think it's semulance. Some kind of semulance.
Semulance.
I think.
Whatever, I was close. It's a good word, though.
Yeah.
But so, if for whatever reason she had like a horse farm that she reported to every day, and she was able to react emotionally with the horse,
right,
then you can see at least some side of her getting relief.
Semblance.
That's what I said,
semblance. Outward aspect or appearance.
Normalcy?
Yes. Kind of a likeness. Like you're in the.
I'm using the right text. I use the right word.
Yeah. Semblance, people.
Boggle.
Semblance.
The letters are all there.
Right? Semblance.
I mean, it's similar.
Yeah. Tomato. Similar.
Yeah. I mean, I think I said it, and I wouldn't have shown any of the flashbacks. I don't think that I would have waited to the very end to show the flashback.
Just hold one big thing, yeah.
That's a good point.
That it was it made it anticlimactic because it was like, boom, here's a piece, boom, here's the next piece, boom, here's the next piece. Except it was, like you said, real slow. Here's a piece. Here, and they just took oh, it gets kind of getting, and then it stops, and it's kind of, and then it goes back to kind of a slow moving, and then at the end when you see it all happen, it's like, oh well, I mean, who wouldn't have seen that? Again, for me, who wouldn't have seen that coming? You watch that whole scene at the end though, right as she says, "I said it was me," and then it cuts to that actual scene. Then I think it would have been her admitting to it, and then that's actually seeing the entire thing pan out. I thought would have been really cool, but they take it into 5 pieces, and then at the end they show all 5 pieces. And the end, I don't think that should have been in there for me.
Okay.
I might have got caught slipping, but I was not expecting a twist. I thought this was going to be about how society treats people that are being rehabilitated, since everything's so political these days.
Yeah.
In my head, I thought that's what the whole movie was about. And Netflix did it, right? Netflix always has some underlying message. So I'm watching it.
They do.
And it's okay. I would have liked it either way, but I'm watching it going, oh, this is just how criminals have to rejoin society.
A statement about something.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was going to be.
It did end pretty
So it took my mind away from a twist.
That was the other thing I was going to say. That I'm selfish about it, but I do kind of wish I would have got another 10, 15 minutes of that movie.
Yeah.
Horseback riding.
And just,
Sorry,
maybe,
I thought you were finished with your thought.
So the whole movie is about her having a conversation with her sister, or her, being able to explain to it, and you don't even know that's, you literally have no idea that that's what happened, because legally she's still not allowed to see her. You know what I mean? I mean that her parole officer is there, and he does give him like the look over there nod, so she's looking at you, but. And lets that whole thing transpire, but like I would really like to know just another 10 minutes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be exactly what happened, but like maybe, fade out there and you see all of them, including the parole officer and the love interest. It pans out to them at a diner together, just not a family, but a family. You know what I mean? You kind of know that it was, I saved your actual daughter's life.
Yeah. This
is my sister. I'm not going to tell her exactly what happens, but I do want her to know that I was a part of her life at one point, because she deserves to know that. You know what I mean? At least that much. You don't have to obviously admit that you were the murderer,
right?
Because she doesn't need to go through that. But it is her sister, and she just did 20 fucking years for her. You know what I mean? It was like you build you up, and you're like, yeah, and then it's like.
Yeah.
Did it work out? Like, I don't know if it worked out or not.
Well,
they might just go, you can't see each other still.
Right. You imagine it.
That's what I was going to ask you guys. Like, do you think in that moment, because there was a lot going on, do you think she knew that was her sister? Or just the person that saved her sister's life?
I think she knows. I think she knows. I think she realizes. So when she's playing the piano that last time in front of everybody, I think that the flashbacks are her sister the whole time. I think her sister is the one having those flashbacks, not the older sister. The younger sister is the one who keeps having these visions in pieces.
Okay.
But I think she deserves to know. Again, I think that the how traumatizing it was. She may never remember the fact that she was the murderer. Okay. Or maybe she does and it goes unspoken and she just thanks her. You know what I mean? She hugs her because she recognizes her, but you don't know if she knows, hey, I did do this and you took the L from me for 20 years and you haven't been able to see me, and then, they find out about the letter. It was a little bit incomplete for me. Ending was awesome. Yeah. I feel like another 10 minutes of the movie would have been awesome. Yeah. Would have gave closure to she could have gave closure to everything. Right. She doesn't really ever accomplish what she's trying to accomplish from the beginning, other than that one hug she gets. Yeah. Nothing else gets explained. Yeah. Sure. You assume it goes well, but it could have very well, just based off the dad's face in the background and her parole officer being there, not legally allowing them to basically have a conversation. Yeah. You don't know that it goes well. Yeah. You hope it does.
In my head, they won the lottery.
In your brain,
invested in Doge early.
Yeah. Ship.
He tweeted about that today. You can buy Tesla accessories with Dogecoin or something.
Ayo!
I was like, let's drive it back up, because that shit was dropping.
Oh yeah, that 15.
Had a little spike.
Did it?
Yeah, it did a little spike today because of that.
Yeah. Good.
You guys ready to score this puppy?
I am.
Go then.
8-3.
Oh wow. Okay.
Holy shit.
You're gonna watch this again?
I've already seen it twice.
Oh, true. I'm gonna go 7-1.
7-3.
Okay. There it is. Wrapped up. Scores locked in, people. Definitely worth seeing. It's on Netflix. Most people I know have Netflix. Give it a watch. I think it's worth it.
Yeah. You going to go see Scream this week?
This week?
I'm going to try to go Sunday.
Like 2 days from now, Sunday?
Yeah. Ain't nothing happening, right?
Just NFL playoffs.
Yeah, Saturday and Sunday, though. There's time between. Also, fucking 30 feet of snow, apparently. I don't know.
Coming Sunday, they say. Yeah.
We'll
Also,
figure it out.
I beat the shit out of Breezy in the pick'ems again this year.
Hey.
You ever notice how John stops drinking and just cusses the entire episode? Anyone ever notice that?
I didn't notice today, if I'm being honest.
I cussed though every episode because I liked it.
That's also fair.
I don't mind getting drunk and doing the podcast.
So were you asking because for next week?
I think it's a good movie to review.
For
I'm
Scream,
excited to
yeah.
see it.
And then since I've already seen it, I will 100% have seen The Matrix by next week. So we can do both if you guys want.
I really hope you guys watch Mayor of Kingstown.
Are you good with it?
What?
Scream?
Scream?
Okay. Boom. Done.
I already know Ben's reviewing it.
So next week is going to be The Matrix Resurrections.
Are we actually reviewing
Let's do it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I might need to.
Oh,
I might have to rewatch it.
I might have to
Okay,
rewatch
if-
it a little
if-
bit.
or-
I'm excited to rewatch it because I missed a lot.
Okay. And then Scream 2021. So we'll have a couple movies for you guys next week. And hopefully it'll be a little longer
2021.
episode because then the following week I'm traveling and, or 2022, excuse me.
Ah!
Is
Just
it
came
called
out.
Scream 2022?
It's called Scream, and I believe it came out
My
this
dogs
weekend,
are
so it
upstairs
should
killing each other
it
right
should
now.
be credited
That's
to
awesome. That's what they were
2020.
doing.
Yeah, 2022.
Got little pups in
If
it.
you can hear the noise in the background, my dogs are probably just killing each other. Tana's gonna kill me if one of them is dead. Unless it's Luna.
But that's it.
All right.
You guys want to do a little shot real quick, or
Yeah, you guys can take a shot. I'm gonna
Okay.
make sure my
You guys need to save
I'm gonna make sure
those.
my dogs are alive.
So I
Bye,
will give
everybody.
Portnoy this though. They were crunchy. So if you're a crust guy, you might enjoy that. What do you want to do, Jack? A little Jackie D, a little Evan Williams honey, since you got a little,
Jack is fine with me.
little thirst.
Jack is fine.
Jay and Silent Jack. You know where
Yeah.
Jack keeps his
The shot glasses are on the table over there. I saw them upside down.
Hey, what color is yours?
Whatever one has the desert scene on it.
Traveling for work anytime soon?
Not next week, the week after.
Where you going?
24th. Yeah, Gulfport, Mississippi.
Ew.
Which is supposed to be nice. I'm looking forward to it.
I want to see Weeping Willows.
I don't know if they'll be in this beach town.
Is that
but
Georgia or is it Mississippi? Mississippi got them, I think.
I think they're probably all around down there.
Do a seafood boil, man. For your boy.
Okay.
Actually, Chesapeake Seafood Boil, the owner of that company, just requested to be my friend on Facebook.
Type.
So I'm going to be a
Wait,
seafood boil guy.
what was his name?
Ryan.
Okay. I got a weird friend request this past week, too.
Oh, I'm weird, I know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Somebody requested me. And I
I'm
was
friends
like,
with him.
I was like, I don't know this guy.
Julia works with his wife. Awesome guy.
10-4.
But I love boils and he sells them, so there it is.
Match made in heaven.
I mean,
Cheers.
cheers.
Yes. Yes, loud.
Jack,
Like, share, subscribe, comment, all the above. Thank you, guys.
step your pizza up, Portnoy.
Real talk for real movies, yeah, we'll listen. Real life from real hype, you feel different. Underrated, appreciated, or barely made it. You let us know at Law Bay, yeah, you really hate it. And Christmas like in the past, he thought it going better. And like Jess, it didn't show up, and we don't let up. It's real talk, no theoretical, though it ain't invisible, man. It's so dependable, damn. You can't see him if it's dark or bright. Ask Chris with his Miller Lite. Or Blockbuster is so good, right? Candyman or Tony Dodd or Holy God. I mean the devil all the time, we're released alive. Apocalypto, go against the grain like your boy Adam, who drink Jack like Jungle Land and Nick Mullins. Educators, tell us what you know about him. Is it bad or good like Peanut Butter Falcon? Special guests like Danny D and Dave on. Oh, let us look to the future, event horizon. In real life, the movie will never stop. Till it does, we drop, and there's no getting up. Until then, subscribe and they let you know the tops. Only way to know for sure is to watch. So shut up and drink your pops, your soda and corn pops, and listen to the real life movie talk. I'm isolated like the lady in black, and I seek revenge for these movies that whack.